This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 12th day of July in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. President Irfan Ali today announced that all members of the Public Service Commission will be sworn in before the end of the week. It's a move that would pave the way for the reconstitution of the Judicial Service Commission and the Police Service Commission. The announcement was made this morning at the presidential press conference.
Our intention is to have all the members of the Public Service Commission sworn in before the end of this week. This will pave the way for the full complement of members for the Judicial Service Commission and for the commencement of work from the Judicial Service Commission, and also the full complement of members for the Police Service Commission.
Under the Constitution, the Public Service Commission is required to have 6 members, 3 members appointed by the President after meaningful consultation with the opposition leader, 2 members appointed by the President based on nominations by the National Assembly, and if the President thinks fit, 1 other member appointed by him in accordance with his own deliberate judgment. Guyana has been without a Public Service Commission since the life of the last commission expired in August of 2021. The absence of a Public Service Commission has hampered the work of the Police Service Commission and other bodies. Though the President had moved to appoint a Police Service Commission, the Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George, in a ruling last August, said the Police Service Commission was not duly constituted as a result of the absence of the chairman of the Public Service Commission, as required by the Constitution. Meanwhile, the country has also been without a Judicial Service Commission since September of 2017, stymieing the appointment of judges and other judicial officers. Earlier this year, the acting chancellor of the local judiciary, Justice Janet Cummings, complained that a shortage of judges has resulted in the remaining judges being overwhelmed and overworked. She also complained the limited pool of judges was further depleted, with the retirement of at least 2 other judges. Just recently, the former Speaker of the National Assembly, Senior Counsel Ralph Ramkaran, said the country's judicial system was on the verge of a collapse, largely due to the absence of a Judicial Service Commission. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say, but now that it's here, it will change life forever, and it is here to stay. The future is now, transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Oh my lord, I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that my crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Are you looking for the best high school education at affordable fees? Then register your child today at the VYC Academy. Now enrolling grades 7, 8, and 9 students for the 2023-2024 academic year. VYC Academy, achieving academic excellence. For more information, call us on 227-1013 or WhatsApp us at 613-4806.
Strong and solid in countries far and wide. New India Assurance, we're standing by your side. Golden service, half a century and more. New India Assurance, our policies are secure. From the heart of India, we serve these islands. The strength that you can trust, you're safe when you come to us.
New India Assurance Company. Assurance when you need it most.
For your home, motor or business insurance, visit New India Guyana office, 58 Brickdam next to Star Computers. Telephone 2260-415-7. Comfortable parking available.
Well, 3 months after the police discovered the skeletal remains of a man in a sand grave at Maduini on the Suznok-Linden Highway, DNA tests conducted overseas have confirmed the remains to be those of Police Constable Quincy Lewis. The police constable was missing for almost 3 years when the remains were found. Investigators believe he was murdered. 2 men have since been charged in connection with his murder and remanded to jail, while a husband and wife pair are wanted for the same crime. In an update today, the Guyana Police Force said due to the advanced state of decomposition of the remains, the process of positive identification was not possible without DNA testing. Samples were obtained from the close relatives of the deceased and were sent overseas for testing. The results confirmed the remains to be those of Constable Lewis, the police statement said. It was in June of 2020 that Lewis was reported missing. He was last seen alive entering a car to make his way to work from his Western Marara home. There were also reports that he was seen entering the Greenfield area on the east bank of the Marara, but vanished without a trace after that sighting. His mobile phone was later traced to the Tamari area, but was found badly damaged. The man's family members became suspicious when he never returned home, and his workplace reported that he never turned up for duty. Well, 1 week after the president announced that Nigel Dharamlal has resigned as a minister of government and a member of the parliament, the National Assembly has still not received any letter of resignation from him. While the Speaker of the National Assembly, Mansour Nadir, opted to offer no comment on the issue, other officials at the National Assembly indicated that no resignation letter has been received. The embattled Nigel Dharamlal reportedly tendered his resignation hours after the Director of Public Prosecutions advised that the rape allegations leveled against him by a schoolgirl could not make its way to the court after the complainant had asked the police to no longer pursue the matter. The teenage girl, in an earlier statement to the police in the presence of councillors, had detailed her allegations of being raped and sexually assaulted by the government minister at his home last December. While the government waited on the process to work, Dharamlal announced initially that he was proceeding on administrative leave, then reportedly informed the president that he would be leaving his ministerial and parliamentary positions altogether. In an announcement from Trinidad and Tobago last week, President Fanali said he accepted a resignation of Dharamlal. At a press conference today, the president said he will be making moves by the end of this week to make some reassignments to cover the post of Minister of Local Government. The minister within the Ministry of Local Government, Anand Prasad, has been performing fully in the position. There have been calls for an independent investigation of the claims made by the schoolgirl and the way the investigations were handled by the police and the office of the DPP. The president dismissed those calls as disrespectful.
I think it's insultive to say that our system is not independent. From day one, the president of Guyana made it clear that the system would be allowed to work. In every country, there is a system, starting with the Child Care Protection Agency, what's the name of the agency? Human Services, Blossom, the police, the DPP. These are all independent agencies. These are all independent agencies that are working not only in Nigel Dharamlal case, but working in many other cases in the country.
Although the announcement of the resignation was made, protests have been continuing for justice to be done in the case, with many groups believing that a teenager might have been pressured into asking the police to no longer continue with the matter.
The GRA will commence the registration of electric motorcycles from July 4, 2023. Present your electric motorcycle and the following documents to complete the registration: completed motor vehicle application form, purchase receipt or affidavit of loss, purchase receipt, and a valid ID. These documents and your electric motorcycle should be presented to the Licensed Revenue Office at Lamaha Railway Embankment or any of the 8 integrated regional tax offices across the country. It costs $750 to register your electric motorcycle, and the revenue license fee ranges from $1,250 to $2,500 based on the weight of the electric motorcycle. You will be given a 3-month grace period to register your electric motorcycle from July 4, 2023. Remember, you must be the holder of a valid driver's license to drive an electric motorcycle on the roadways. GRA, your partner in development.
So going on, champ? I passed here last week and this shop lock up tight.
Why? We come down with the flow, so we have to take a couple of days.
I can't deal with them kind of setbacks, man. Now. I just get a headache when you see I can't make me little bread.
I know them ways, champ. But thank God for NIS.
NIS? What you got to do now with NIS?
I mean, what I got to do with NIS? I register as self-employed and I make monthly contributions to NIS. So you see, for them days I lose, NIS pay me back for most of them days.
What? That's good. You know, I always used to believe that it's only people in big offices and so they pay NIS.
Nah, man. NIS for any working person between the ages of 16 to 60. And as self-employed, you get all the benefit as an employee except for industrial benefits.
So what I gotta do for set up this thing?
All I gotta do is visit NIS on breakdown, or if you're living out of town, you visit any NIS closest to your location. And once you register and your registration complete, you can start making NIS contributions.
Alright, so what I gotta walk with and like how much money I gotta pay a month?
I ain't gotta walk with no big money. All I gotta walk with is your birth certificate and any farm ID. And when you reach down there, ask for the compliance department.
Good. Thanks for the information, bro. Soon as I left here, I went straight to the NIS office.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
The 20 children were killed when the fire that was allegedly maliciously set ripped through the school dormitory on the night of May 21. The heavily grilled building made it difficult for the children to escape. However, neighbors and other persons managed to assist 25 other children in their escape from the inferno. Back in 2022, the UNICEF office in Guyana warned that school dormitories in the country lacked basic safety equipment and were plagued with a number of structural defects. That report was commissioned by the Ministry of Education, but its recommendations were largely ignored. The Guyana Tourism Authority has announced that the country has recorded an 18% increase in visitor arrivals at the various ports of entry. In its half-year report issued today, the Tourism Authority said that between January and May of this year, more than 124,000 persons visited the country, an increase of 18% when compared to the same period a year ago. The data represents visitors journeying through the Chedijagan Airport, the Eugene F. Karaya Airport, the Letton ports of entry, and the Molson Creek and Ferry Terminal. The GDA said the total projected visitor arrival for January to December of this year is 335,873, an increase of 16.5%. The organization said with the resumption of flights to Guyana through British Airways and its connection, the country is expected to see a further 33,488 more travelers annually, since the country is also able to penetrate new markets. Additionally, the tourism body said as Guyana's tourism potential continues to accrue commendable international media coverage, Trailfinders, one of the largest travel agents in the UK, has already started promoting 5 holiday experiences in Guyana. In addition, the GTA said the country is also being featured in prominent international media, including Forbes magazine, The Times, Telegraph, Daily Mail, and Worldly Adventurers. Some good medical news to report now. In a groundbreaking surgery locally, a team at the Caribbean Heart Institute, led by its chief executive officer and Guyanese-born heart surgeon Dr. Gary Stevens, has successfully conducted an open heart surgery utilizing cow tissue to reconstruct a patient's heart. In a statement, CHI said the procedure is the first ever open heart surgery of its kind to be performed in Guyana. The life-saving surgery was conducted on 24-year-old Dexter George. According to the Heart Institute, the surgery involved the complete removal of a cardiac tumor, partial removal of the right atrium, and the utilization of bovine pericardium, a tissue derived from a cow's heart, for the reconstruction of the damaged right atrium. In the statement, Dr. Stevens said the procedure challenged the conventional understanding of the heart's resilience, illustrating that potential portions of the heart can be removed with positive outcomes. He said a remarkable feat could pave the way for more aggressive approaches in similar cases, pushing beyond traditional boundaries. George was diagnosed with a severe cardiac condition earlier this year. A small lesion on the right atrium, initially believed to be a blood clot, rapidly grew into a massive tumor over the course of 9 months. The tumor compromised heart function and severely affected his daily life. Given the advanced stage of the tumor, the options were limited. However, the medical team proposed utilizing tissue derived from the lining of a cow's heart to reconstruct the damaged right atrium. CHI said despite the chances of success being less than 1%, George and his family demonstrated immense courage and consented to undergo the procedure. The Institute said since undergoing surgery on the 22nd of June, George has exhibited remarkable improvement. He has since thanked the surgical team for their efforts and said he remains hopeful for a complete recovery.
Did you know that Gassie's Jet A1 fuel is a type of aviation fuel specially formulated for turbine engines? Jet A1 fuel is safer to handle and transport than any other fuel types due to its high flash point and low volatility. It also boasts a high energy content, enhancing aircraft performance and efficiency. So whether traveling for business or pleasure, choose Gaio's Jet A1 fuel for a safe, reliable, and efficient flight.
Sorry.
Jack?
Hey.
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yo, today's the 15th. My NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG app from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? You know, I just pay my bills using MMG, you know?
Yes, Jack, and the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So I don't need to submit any form?
No. The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait, I could make a claim too?
Oh, no, man, Jack. You didn't know that? Yes. All self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor at the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall in the region. The Ministry of Health in Trinidad and Tobago has advised that a second case of the monkeypox virus was confirmed by laboratory testing earlier today. The patient is a young adult male. The ministry did not indicate if the second case is linked to the first case detected on Tuesday. The patient in the first case is a middle-aged male with travel-related history. The two confirmed cases of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago come approximately 2 months after the World Health Organization downgraded the virus from a public health emergency of international concern. Trinidad Health Minister Terence Dale Singh said the relevant county medical officer of health has initiated local public health response, which includes contact tracing. Since January 1, 2022, WHO has received over 88,144 laboratory confirmed cases and 1,084 probable cases, including 149 deaths across 112 countries. Globally, the United States of America is the most affected country with over 30,000 confirmed cases. On average, 95 cases are still reported weekly across the globe, with the region of the Americas, where Trinidad and Tobago is located, remaining the most affected WHO region. Trinidad and Tobago now joins Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Cuba, Martinique, Aruba, the Bahamas, Barbados, Bermuda, Guadeloupe, and St. Martin, where monkeypox cases have been reported in the Caribbean to WHO. Cuba's government on Tuesday called the presence of a U.S. nuclear-powered submarine at the Guantanamo Bay naval base for several days last week a provocative escalation, while a U.S. official said it was a logistics stop by the vessel at a U.S. base on its way to maritime exercises. A statement from Cuba's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the submarine was at a U.S. naval base on the island from July 5 to July 8. It gave no more details. The foreign minister said the move constitutes a provocative escalation by the United States, whose political or strategic motives are unknown. The U.S. State Department said it does not discuss the movements of U.S. military assets. And finally tonight, international news. The rate of price growth in the U.S. dropped its lowest pace in more than 2 years last month, helped by cheaper used cars. Inflation rose 3% in the year to June, according to data from 4% in May. BBC in a report said inflation has fallen sharply from a peak of more than 9% in June 2022, and the latest reading marks the slowest pace since March 2021. The figures suggest a succession of interest rate rises have punctured soaring prices. However, analysts still expect the U.S. Federal Reserve to raise rates again this month. month. The rise in U.S. inflation in June was driven by higher housing costs, the Labor Department said. In contrast, prices for used cars and trucks dropped, while the cost of food items such as pork, milk, and eggs declined. Many households had been struggling with higher grocery bills after the war in Ukraine disrupted global food supplies. The figures underscore the relatively rapid progress the U.S. has made in curbing price increases, especially compared to the UK, where inflation hit 8.7% in the year to May, despite a number of interest rate rises.
And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.